All right, guys. Welcome to the first class in the Major League University. Again, thank y'all for joining, man. I'm so excited that y'all actually have taken the what I'm saying, the time out to really invest in yourself. You can't make nobody do this stuff. So I put this together for the people that want it and the people that really showing the initiative to take control of their future. So I want y'all to pay attention, take notes, take this very seriously. It has changed my life. It's all real. And it's just things that I've learned along my path. And so that's why y'all here, man. So I want to take you guys through my perspective of what the real estate one-on-one basics are in the first chapter. And of course, well, my video training is inside of the school community, and you guys have access to be able to look over that. And I just want to reinforce that tonight and on some of these calls. We're going to go through everything. We're going to also add other stuff onto this. But, I just want to reinforce it as you going through the course. You can actually be able to ask me questions and you can hear me kind of break it down, step by step. So that way it can make more sense to you and you can actually get a personal feel to it to really understand what you're doing when you get out here in the field. So the first thing that we want to talk about in real estate wholesaling is, the overview, like the 50-foot view of what real estate is. Like, in one of my videos, I said, in order for you to get into the wholesaling game, you have to really understand what real estate investing is because, you know, you have to understand where your value comes in as a wholesaler, guys. So as a wholesaler, you are, a marketer. You're somebody that's delivering value to somebody that's flipping a property or somebody that's a landlord. You know what I mean? And so that's the main thing is the wholesaling piece. Now in this school community, we're going to get into buying, holding. We're going to get into fixing and flipping. Of course, we're going to talk about wholesaling. So all of that is incorporated with real estate investing, guys. And it's different levels to the game. And we all start at different places, but they're all valuable and they're all lucrative. And they all make sense depending on where you're at in life. The different types of real estate you have is residential real estate, commercial real estate, industrial, and land. So, these are the different sections of real estate, but we'll be operating mostly in the residential space. And what we're going to talk about again is why real estate is a strong investment and why it's valuable to do that. So as we go on through this, guys, we can take a look at this PowerPoint right here. This will be available for you guys in the community. So if you're not able to like read everything tonight, I just want y'all to know that you'll be able to go in there and get it. But we're talking about the key investment strategies, like I was mentioning to y'all. The buy and hold strategy is pretty much the top level of business. There is one level higher than buy and hold, and buy and hold is just landlord, like renting out properties. But the very top level is mailbox money. I'm sorry, investment. So you're using your money to go out and bring more money back. So you're investing your money as a lender to bring back a percentage of the money that you're lending out. That's like the ultimate level of real estate where you're not doing anything but sending your money out and receiving money. So essentially you're making money in your sleep. Like you're not doing any work for it. That's really passive income. Being a landlord is more so like semi-passive. Like it's pretty much fully passive, but some of the stuff you have to do work and you have to pick the property per se, right? Or you have to delegate tasks, you have to make decisions, so on and so forth. And those things can take time. So we don't want to call it 100% passive, but that's pretty much what everybody talks about when they speak about the passive real estate income strategy. They're talking about like buying and holding. But I want y'all to know that there is a level higher than that, which is the lender. When you're a lender, that means you got like super deep pockets, you got millions of dollars. You can send your money out as a little army to conquer new things and bring money back. And that's the ultimate level of, of business and real estate. The buy and hold strategy, that's what most people retire off. That's what most people do as their passive income to build cash flow, like for retirement or just to be financially free, and that's through like rental properties and stuff like that, long-term rental properties. So that way, they know what they're gonna be getting. Um, Real estate is very powerful, guys. I want you guys to understand that real estate makes the most millionaires out of any industry in the world. I'm sure you guys already know that. Also, real estate is powerful because it's backed by an asset. So when you put your money into something, you have a tangible asset that you can barter. Let's say you buy a house today and the real estate market crashes tomorrow. You can actually barter with somebody like, hey, you know, hey, the dollar's not worth nothing, but you can wash my car. I mean, you can live in my house if you wash my car, or you can live in my house if you cook my food, or you can live in my house if you work as my admin. So you can barter strictly off of the fact that you actually have a real hard asset. And again, if the dollar goes down, so let's say you purchase a property and the market crashes, you still have an asset that you can utilize to create value. And so I don't want that to go over your head, because you got things like the stock market where it's like, or Bitcoin, right? Where it's like Bitcoin just hit an all-time high today, 75K. My boy been telling me getting into Bitcoin forever. I ain't bought no Bitcoin. I felt dumb as hell today, but you know, I don't like to buy stuff where it's not backed by an asset, because if I put 100,000 in Bitcoin today and it goes trash tomorrow, I'm just asked out of 100,000. You see what I'm saying? Versus if I put 100,000 in a house and a dollar goes to shit, I can barter that house and still gain value. So just realize how powerful that is. You know what I mean? And just let that sink in for real, for real. So it's a tangible asset. It appreciates in value over time, for the most part. Obviously, if you're renting the property out, you get depreciation on your taxes. And then obviously you can build cash flow with real estate. And you can have, big cash days. Like you can have liquidity building if you're flipping. I know Omar's on this call. I don't know if you want us to call you Isaiah or Omar, bro, but I know my dog on the call, man. He's doing flipping, and he was able to purchase a property, and he was able to invest into it, and then he was able to sell it and make a check from that. And so that's a higher liquid a piece of cash versus most other industries. You know what I'm saying? So, I want you guys to understand that there's plenty of ways to make money and plenty of ways to skin a cat. It's just all about where you at, and what you're looking to do. So, again, here obviously as well, you can leverage the equity in the property or the value of the property to get money to increase your investment portfolio, to invest into more properties and make more money. So you could take that one property that you bought, fix it up, and then leverage it, and then you can use that money to purchase two to three more, and now you're playing real life Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? Um, the cons of real estate investing, I would say, is that it's risky. It's very risky. Like the market, like Trump could get up there tomorrow. He just won. He could get up there tomorrow and say some wild stuff, and the whole market goes down. And it's just like you can't do nothing about it, right? So, but you got all this money. It's a big investment, and so it's a big risk, if that makes sense. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. It's not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? It's for some people that have emotional intelligence and that are patient as well, because like I said, it's the highest level of business. So it's probably the most money that anybody ever spends on any one transaction. So we're talking about wholesaling for the most part. I know most of you guys are in here to learn wholesaling. When you're dealing with wholesaling, you have to understand, when you're talking to these people, this is the biggest asset or the biggest purchase that they've ever made in their life. So it means a lot to them. Like you might be marketing to 100 sellers a day. So you going through the motions and you're talking to them. You're not really singular. You're not singular focused on each person's emotions and their emotional attachment to this particular house. And so I want you guys to be mindful of that when you're talking to these people, and understand that, like, yo, each person I'm talking to, this is 9 times out of 10 the biggest purchase, and it means the most to them in anything that they own in their life. So there's a lot of emotional attachment to it because it's just a big purchase. And when you're getting into the real estate investing field, when you're doing wholesaling, you're doing real estate fixing flipping, you're doing buying holding, it requires money. You cannot get into this business without any money. And I'm not gonna sit right here and tell you guys that that's the case. I started this group because you guys are gonna be able to joint venture with me, and you're gonna be able to spend most of your money on your marketing to be able to bring in deals and to be able to you know, work the marketing schemes out here to be able to produce leads that are going to be converted into cash, right? So there's a lot of money that's required to do this business, and there's a lot of money that you're going to be making. If you're doing fixing and flipping, you're looking at 20 to 40,000 on a fix and flip if you have a down payment. And if you're doing construction draws, then you're gonna have to front that first construction draw as well. And then, on top of that, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing a flip, you go inside of a wall and you see some termite damage that you couldn't see from the outside. That's the extra money that you didn't account for. So you need to have money set aside to do this business, or you need to have money going into this business, guys. Like, don't think that this is just a get rich quick scheme where you just gonna get it. You can jump in this for free. I didn't have anything when I started off, but it took me 2 years to make a buck, and I didn't have any mentorship or anything like that. So, either it's gonna require you money or it's gonna require you time. So, they both are significant, and they are, upfront investments that you're going to have to make to put that work in and get these results, guys. Um, let's go to the next slide. What we got? Um, what is new construction in real estate? So, new construction is when you find a vacant piece of land and you develop a structure on top of that land. That's usually residential stuff, commercial stuff, and sometimes mixed use. So mixed use could be sometimes you see the offices downstairs and then you see the apartments and the condos stacked on top, right? And usually they do that because they want to have, if they're going to do a big ass apartment building, they want to have enough retail space to accommodate those people so that it'd be desirable for them to move over there. Um, so that's what new construction is. New construction is just simply taking a piece of vacant land and developing it on top of an empty. I'm developing a structure on top of that vacant land, and you can wholesale lots. So when you're looking for lots, you want to be looking for infill lots. These lots are houses that are in between other houses, right? So 9 times out of 10, you know that it has sewage, you know that it has water, and you know that it has probably been a structure there before so that it's buildable, right? So when you're wholesaling in real estate, you can wholesale land. You're going to need to understand how to evaluate what can be built on that land, which is fairly easy. It's just a little different than a house. But, like I said, the ideal pieces of land that you want to look for are pieces of land that are infill. An infill lot is a lot that is in between two houses that are already built. That's called an infill lot. Those are not the only lots that you can wholesale, but those are the best lots because they just fit right in and you know that they have everything you need, right? So when we're looking at these markets and you're looking for deals, you do want to include vacant land because a lot of new construction is being done. People love new construction and flippers like to do new construction because it sells fast and it's pretty easy to do. Just a quick insight, when you're doing new construction versus a flip, right? A flip, you might go in there, you might estimate it, you looking at all the messed up stuff in there, and you, like I said, the stuff behind the walls you can't see. A new construction, you just get the plans, you give those plans to your contractor, and you pay them. That's it. Ain't no surprises. Ain't no extra stuff. It's just what's in the plans and the budget, right? Flips, things will happen, things will go over, some things will probably break, and if you try to cut corners, it'll be worse. So I want you guys to understand the difference between new construction and fixing and flipping and why it's valuable. Why do they even do it? And how you can leverage that in wholesale. So you know, make sure you guys understand that. Um, the key elements of new construction is planning and zoning. When you're doing new construction, it's going to be very, very important that you understand the process of permitting and stuff like that and planning out, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done before you do a new construction. But that's not for you guys right now. I know a lot of you guys are in wholesaling, but I just wanted you to be aware, because when you get into wholesaling land, you're going to be talking to developers and they're going to be telling you like, hey, I need to go do a soil test, so I need an extra 30 days on the contract, right? Because there's a lot of more upfront investment and in due diligence, which is investigation or research, that somebody has to do on a piece of land before they just buy it. Because you don't want to buy a piece of land and the soil is bad, or there's wetlands or something like that. So when you wholesale, and keep that in mind, those are the things you want to look for, because again, as a wholesaler, you're there to deliver value to the fixers and flippers, the landlords, the new construction developers. You're there to provide value to them, right? So you go find that infill lot that's buildable, that's ready to go, and you present that to a new construction guy, and you know your numbers and stuff like that. They're gonna buy that from you 10 times out of 10. But if it's a bigger deal and they have to do more due diligence, they're probably gonna lock it up under contract with you for longer. So when you're locking it up with your sellers, you want to get a longer contract on a new construction, because you got to understand, you got to go in there knowing that the timeline of due diligence is longer than a normal house. So when you're doing your new construction contracts, it will be ideal to get like a 60 to 90 day contract, so that you can pass that on to your new developer, because they're going to need the same times more than likely as well, to go down and check zoning, see what it's zoned for, see, what's buildable down there. So all that stuff is important. So make sure you guys are taking notes about that, so that when you're doing your marketing, you already are prepared to kind of make that and include that in your negotiations, right? Um, Keys to consider for new construction. We kind of went over that a little bit. Um, Wholesaling basics, right? So this is the meat and potatoes. I know what everybody's here for. Wholesaling is, a very unique strategy. It's been around for a long time. It's really just being a middleman. Like, you're really just delivering value to somebody that's in the real estate field, that's spending their money, that's investing in the land, that's investing in the houses, fixing and flipping them. You're just marketing to people that are going through distress situations, and you're contracting the property, and then you're selling the rights to that contract in the assignment agreement to the end buyer or the landlord. So I'm sure everybody knows what wholesaling is, but I just want to kind of define some of that stuff here today, and I want to answer some of you guys' questions before we get into the real meat and potatoes of how we do wholesaling. And before I start bringing some rock star wholesalers that are my students, some that are not my students, but I've taught them a lot, and they're going to teach you some of their strategies and stuff as well, and how they've been going about doing it. Today's call is really just about answering you guys' questions if you have them, and just going through the basics of what wholesaling is, right? And so you guys can thoroughly get an understanding of it, and really, make sure that you're going out here doing the right thing. So again, it's just being a middleman, finding a property, contracting that property, and selling that contract to an end buyer for a profit. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on before you get to that point, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on during that point, where it makes sense for you to, have a team and stuff like that, or understand how to delegate different tasks if you can't do it, so on and so forth, just depending on your situation. But that's the basics of what we're going to be doing with wholesaling, right? So the pros to wholesaling is, it is probably the least expensive. It is the least expensive way to get into real estate, right? You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of time, and you can close a deal within, shit, 2 weeks sometimes, guys. So wholesaling is very lucrative and it's very appealing to most people. So that's why it's saturated. A lot of people try and do wholesaling, but they just don't last because they don't have the right mentorship, and they get like frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Because it is easy to comprehend. Like, it's an easy concept, but it's not easy to do. Right? Don't let it fool you. It's easy concept, but it's not easy to do. And a lot of people think that since it's easy concept, they think that it's very easy to do. And so they get into it, and they get frustrated, or whatever the case is, right? You also don't have any liability when you wholesale land. When you contract that property, You don't own that property, you just control it. So if anything happens to it, anything, you don't get paid. Like if the house burns down, you don't get paid, but you also don't lose anything, right? Except the potential to make some money. So the cons of wholesaling is it's hard to find deals. There's a lot of people trying to wholesale. There's a lot of spam going on. And guys, it's getting worse because you got AI cold callers right now. You got AI cold callers, you got mass text messages going on. So you actually have people building AI chatbots making cold calls to sellers right now. While you're really making calls, while you're really sending texts, you got people doing all kinds of stuff. So it's very saturated, guys, and it's very hard to find consistent good deals. So you really want to be mindful of that going in, and you want to know that you have to break your way into this space. It's not going to be easy, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you are prepared mentally for the word no, and for to be, for the curse outs, for the, all of the stuff that you can imagine as somebody that's just miserable or going through a tough situation, or just playing around because so many people are calling their phone, they just feel like playing, and you get caught up in that. And if you're not mentally prepared, you would just get frustrated. So let's set the tone right now that you're going to be okay with the word no. You're going to meet failure with enthusiasm. Write that down. You need to meet failure with enthusiasm. So that means when you hear the word no, you come back to the next person with the same enthusiasm as you did the first time. So the word no should not discourage you in any way, and you should actually relish when you hear the word no. And you should be happy because if you read that book that I suggested called Go for No, if you guys watch the course, that book is in the course, it's called Go for No, then you will see that it's very, very easy to create a system around the word no, right? And so you guys want to be in a position to create as much resistance to frustration as you possibly can. So go for no. Read that book called Go for No. It's only like 40 or 70 pages. Fire. You know what I'm saying? Gonna help you a lot when you get in this space. Um and that's pretty much the bulk of it, guys. You want to make sure your paperwork's right. You want to make sure that you have, constant leads coming through. You want to make sure that you have the right data, so on and so forth. And I'm going to help you guys with all of that, and, help you guys understand how to do that, you know, and make sense out of all of this stuff that we're going to be going over. Wholesaling is very unpredictable, to be honest with you. One week you might make $10,000. The next, I'm sorry, one month you might make $10,000. The next month you might make none. The month after that you might make 50, and the month after that you might make 100. And then you might not make anything for 2, 3 months, right? Because it's your marketing. The market changes with marketing. Like, we started off doing direct mail, that got saturated. We learned about cold calling before everyone else. We started doing cold calling. We were doing 15 deals a month. Cold calling got saturated. We started declining, and then we started doing text messages. We ramped back up to 10, 15 deals a month. Everybody learned about text messaging. We slowed down tremendously, and then we had to circle back to other avenues, right? So it could definitely change based on the saturation, and you just have to pivot and adjust with the market, right? Um, how to be successful in wholesaling. This is probably one of the most important pages, right? You really want to make sure that when you get into wholesaling, you understand the power of marketing and branding. People are only going to put on you what you put on yourself. So if you approaching this as a side hustle, as a hobby, then that's the kind of results you're going to get, right? So when you're in the field, when you wake up every day, you need to talk about wholesaling. You need to talk about real estate. You need to be talking to everybody you get in contact with, right? You at the grocery store, you're talking to somebody you in line. Hey, I like those shoes, man. Those joints are nice. Where'd you get those from? I got them from, Aldo. Oh, word, cool. Yeah, that's dope, man. So what do you do for a living? hey, I sell cars, man. I'm a dealer. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's what's up, man. So what do you think they're gonna ask you? Now they're gonna be like, okay, what do you do? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you asked, man. I flip houses for a living. I do real estate. If there's any time that you need anybody that knows anybody needs to sell a property pretty fast, we have, cash on hand to be able to do so. Here's my card or here's my contact information, right? And this is what you want to be doing every day because I'll tell you, word of mouth is the strongest form of marketing. So let's not discount that. I'm only where I'm at today, where with the word of mouth marketing is because I started so long ago. Now everybody hits me up just off the random because they just know I just do real estate. It's repetitive. I'm talking to everybody about it. And the students that I've taught that really have taken that seriously, they're up there. You know what I mean? They're on that level where everybody knows them for being a real dog in real estate, right? Because that's all they talk about. You know what I mean? And so I want you guys to take it seriously. Like if you're here, you invest in your money here, like you want to see some results. And you want to start seeing some evergreen results too. So let's look at this thing as long term, guys. You guys are gonna be spending your money on marketing and stuff. You want it to eventually pay off to the point where it's paid off. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I put in 10 years of marketing, my marketing's paid off unless I want to put more into it. But like I cannot do another marketing campaign for the rest of my life and I'm still gonna get calls about houses because I've got evergreen marketing now. Like, right? So I hope you guys understand that. Um, when you marketing for deals and wholesaling, like I said, word of mouth is great and it's the top one, but you have inbound and you have outbound marketing. Inbound marketing is the best form of marketing because people are coming to you. So that means that deals are falling in your lap, guys. But when you have outbound marketing, it's a little bit harder because you're calling people, you're cold calling people, you're doing things like that to the point where it's like, okay, you have to kind of convince them of who you are. You know what I mean? Um, and that's fine. Everybody has everybody has their strengths and weaknesses when it comes to marketing. Everybody has their skeptical situations where they're doing outbound marketing and people want to cuss them out. People want to say no to them, and just be very negative. Everybody's going to go through that if you get into this business. So you want to choose which road you want to take, whether that's inbound, do you want it to come to you, or outbound, do you want to go and get it, right? um they both have their pros and cons, but that's ultimately up to you to decide which way that you want to go. And I'm just here to provide you with the resources and the options, right? So what we do is we do outbound and we do inbound marketing, but there's so many ways you can do marketing: direct mail, SMS, cold calling, newspaper ads, Google ads, SEO, Facebook ads, right? You can do like I said, I think I said text messaging. You can do ringless voicemails where you can just put a load of numbers in a software and you can just drop voicemails into their voicemail box, right? You can blast DMs. There's quite a few different ways that you can do marketing. And some of these ways are inbound, some of these ways are outbound, and they all cost different, prices, and they all take up different amounts of time. So, Google Ads, you could just pay a person to do Google Ads and they deliver leads for you. It's going to cost you a little bit more than sending off text messages all day, but it just all depends on how you want it to feel, how you want the business to come to you. And so you don't have to follow what somebody else is doing. You just have to do what works with yourself. But first you have to be aware of how to do it and you have to have the mentorship and the help to be able to pull it off, right? And so that's why I'm here for you guys. Um, when you're doing wholesaling, you definitely want to start off with picking your market. And when you picking your market, you want to understand how much does it cost? How competitive is this market? How much does it cost per lead or per deal to get in this market? I'll give you an example, right? All of y'all are from like Richmond, right? Richmond might be $5,000 to get one deal. It might pay you 20, 30, 50,000, but it might be $5,000 worth of marketing that you have to do on an average to get that one deal. Now, I'm not saying that these numbers are correct. I'm just giving you an example. Petersburg may be $500 to get to a deal. You might have to do $500 worth of marketing to get to a deal in Petersburg, right? Then that's just probably on the outbound side. On the inbound side, it'll probably be different prices because it's more competitive. Most people want things to come to them. They don't want to have to go get it. They don't want to have to work for it, right? So that's going to be more saturated. More people are wanting it. So that means that it costs more. There's more of a demand for it. Supply and demand, right? So you just have to figure out what it is and you want to do and where it is you want to be. And you have to understand the numbers and the key performance indicators, right? You want to understand the data behind the decision that you're going to be making. So I want you guys to write your questions down and make sure that you ask them at the end of this call if you have any, or in the group at any time, guys, because this stuff that I'm laying on you, I mean, it's high level stuff and it's very impactful and it's very important in your business. And so I want you guys to let it really sink in and really ask the question so you can get to the nitty gritty of really doing it the right way. Because it's going to cost you a lot of time or it's going to cost you a lot of money if you're trying to reinvent the wheel and you're not paying attention and doing it the right way. That's why it took me so long. But I've had students that have done deals in less than 30 days, over 10K in less than 30 days, just off of this information and just my mentorship. So I know it's possible. Right? All right, let's go to the next one. Okay. So here's some key takeaways that I think that you guys should understand from this call and from this PowerPoint presentation, right? Real estate investing is about purchasing and managing properties to generate passive income and long-term wealth. Real estate investing is what we call the vehicle to wealth, right? Okay, so let's just talk about a car, for instance. A car needs gas. Real estate is the car. You need fuel sources to put into the car so that the car will take you to wealth. And here's what I mean. Most people that come to me just on investing, like they want to invest with me, they'll be like, hey, I got a barbershop, or hey, I got a school, or hey, I got a bank, or hey, I got a bakery. It's making 100 grand a month, and I want to find somewhere to park this money so I can invest it, and it works for me, Eric. So hey, I want to invest with you. So those are what we call the fuel sources. Wholesaling is a fuel source, guys. Fixing and flipping is a fuel source. So you're gonna wholesale, you're gonna get a check, and then you're gonna buy a rental property and you're gonna rent it out. So now that money is working for you forever and you're locking in that wealth. So you see what I'm saying? Wholesaling is the gas that you put into the car, and the car is gonna take you to work. I mean to wealth. So wholesaling is the gas that you're putting into the car, which is real estate investing, and that car is gonna take you and your family through generations, right? So I want you guys to understand that for real, because that's very, very important. Wholesaling is not really real estate investing per se. It is, but it's not. When you're investing in a real estate long term, you're investing in the vehicle portion of real estate, which is the cash flow and the passive income that's going to be long term through generations, right? So let that sink in because that's very important. New construction can offer high returns, but it involves significant risk with high upfront costs and long timelines. So the long timelines come from the permits. They have to go through the city. Depending on what municipality you're in, that can be very slow, right? When it comes to building costs, sometimes it takes building materials to get to jobs longer than normal, right? You have inspections, you have different things like that that have to be done. And it's just a lot of work, to be honest. People work fast normally with new construction, but they can't outwork the city and the permits and the timelines that come along with that. New construction is more so like 40 to $60,000 upfront versus fixing and flipping, which is about 15 to 30 or something like that. Wholesaling is a little bit less, maybe 2 to 5, 2 to 10. And like I said, new construction is more so at like 40 to 60K up front that you're gonna be looking to put into that, particular development deal. So I want you guys to understand that new construction is more so a richer man's game, right? You got to have some money to do that. Wholesaling is a strategy for generating quick profits with minimal capital investment, but it requires a strong network and an excellent deal sourcing. So the most important part of wholesaling, guys, is leads and conversions of those leads into deals. That's the most important part, guys. If you don't know how to get leads, if you don't know how to get leads in the door, then you don't do any deals. So you have to be very consistent in it. You have to be very creative. You have to be assertive as well, because not what works for me doesn't necessarily have to work for you, because we're all different. So you have to find your niche. You have to find your place in wholesaling. And it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's a get rich scheme, but it's not a get rich quick scheme. I've done over $50 million in real estate transactions, man, between wholesaling, fixing and flipping, buying homes. I've done over $50 million in real estate transactions. And a lot of that is from real estate wholesaling. But without real estate wholesaling, I'm not able to fuel my real estate and my fix and flip business, because if I find one flip and then I'm done with it, and the agent or whoever bought me that flip don't have no more, then I'm scrambling looking for another deal. That's why wholesaling is so important, because it feeds the upper levels of the business. So that way, I'm a strong business and shrewd businessman. I like to do business at a high volume, so now I can fuel my car on my own. And so that's why wholesaling is a necessity for me, because it always gives me the opportunity to fuel my other businesses within real estate. Hope that makes sense, guys. All right, we're gonna open up for questions for the last 15 minutes. And I wanna hear from you guys, and you guys can just let me know like what it is that, what questions you guys got, or whatever the case is. Y'all can go ahead and unmute and ask your questions if you got any. Anybody? Anybody got any questions, man? Y'all can unmute and just tell me like what y'all thought about this call in, or whatever the case is, and we can wrap it up if you guys don't have any questions.
I think I'm good, bro.
And I got a question, bro.
You okay? What's good? What's good, bro?
So I'm trying to get up more understanding as far as like working out, trying to get deals or signing under contracts from a seller that you could, to get in the position to, start your business with. So on my question, do you go with any agents to, or ask any agents if it's a chance they get signed under the contract with them?
I ain't sure if I understand. You gotta ask me that question, because it don't make sense to me for real.
Say I'm with the wholesaler and I'm looking for an agent or a seller that I can sign a contract with, so I can, have that control and sell that house for them. So is that something you can go to any agents to deal with a contract with?
Yeah, you don't need an agent for the contract, bro. We got our own contract. I'll be giving you guys contracts in this group, so you don't need an agent to sign a contract. We don't even do business with agents like that, for real. I only use agents as like resources to help me find buyers sometime if I don't have buyers. So if you asking me, if you're saying it like you need an agent to sign a contract with you,
As like with the seller.
no. Yeah, we don't do business. We do business directly with the seller. Me and the seller. I got my contract. I talking to the seller. I say, hey, can I buy your house for 50,000? They say yes. I give them the contract to sign. Me personally.
Okay. Now understandable.
Yeah, I don't do anything with an agent. Agents don't usually like us.
Uh, okay. I got you.
Ooh. Anybody else got any more questions? If y'all don't got any more questions, man, I need a favor from each and every one of y'all, man. I need everybody to come off mute one by one. And I need y'all to tell if y'all got some value from this call and y'all excited about this group, man. I need y'all to just make a quick video I mean, not even a video, just a quick spiel saying, yo, y'all need to be here for this information and letting the people know, man, they need to get in here because we try and do something major with the community. I know I am personally, and all of y'all are here for a reason because y'all believe that I have the information. Y'all have seen my journey. You see what I got going on. So, one by one, man, if y'all could just do a quick clip, just letting the people know, like, they need to be here for real.
All right, let's see who's gonna start first.
Go ahead. You can do it. Hold up. Pharaoh, can you come out mute real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
What you saying now?
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, everybody in here knows we're trying to grow the community and really reach out to the community and grow this to help the people, right? So, Eric, what I need you to do is get your phone where you are right now and record for your Instagram and for social media and just basically, it doesn't have to be one by one, but I mean, if everybody can just say that, or not say it, but like everybody just mention that we really gave out value in this call and we're really, everybody needs to be here. We're just trying to grow the community. That's all.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, you can go first, Vaughn. Well, whoever, man. Let's do it, man.
Nah, I just want to. Do I got to turn the camera on?
You can.
Nah, you don't have to, but you can.
Okay. But I do want to say about this, this situation right here. That gives out the more acknowledgement and the information that you can really actually utilize something that to make a better wealth in the generation. You know what I'm saying? In the next life. To lead something that anybody else can do. And that's why I've been knowing this for a while and actually taking my time, and learning this thing the correct way and what I'm saying, the slow way, because it's things that you gotta learn every piece that you can, practice make perfect. So I feel like, this opportunity right here, this actually big, it's actually big for anybody that can actually join this opportunity and to know things in life.
That's what's up, Jackie, Isaiah. Yo, y'all come off mute, man. Let me know these people need to be here. What?
Hey, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, this Jackie. I've been, I guess, coming to these for a little minute, a couple months. But every time I do learn something different, so it's the resources for me. I'm here to get this gas to put in my car, so everybody need to get in. That's all. I'm just here to soak up all the information I can get.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
All right. Yeah, this Omar. A lot of people been hitting me up trying to get into the real estate, so I suggest y'all to tap in with Eric. He giving y'all, from the ground, from the beginning, where you need to start with wholesaling, new construction, fix and flip. So definitely tap in if you're trying to get that going.
Tap in.
Yes, man. Well, I definitely, again, I want to salute y'all for jumping on the call and for taking your future serious. We're gonna get to a big bag. I got a lot in store for y'all. Today was just the overall basics. And other than that, man, we're finna get in the meat and potatoes. And we really ready to get this bag, man. So I'll see you guys next week. I look forward to seeing you guys interacting in the group, man. Definitely get in there because this is your family now. So ask questions in the group, man. Don't be shy. I'm telling you, because if you're gonna be shy, then the money gonna pass you by. This ain't no shy shit. Like, you know what I mean? This ain't no shy man's game, guys. Let's do it the right way. And let's put our all into it, put our efforts into it. We're not here to waste no time. I come from nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, people on here know me right now, but as this community grows and my brand grows, it's gonna be people that don't know me. So it's up to y'all to set the foundation in the group right now and just really take advantage of the opportunity that I'm so intimate with y'all, and you're gonna be able to really get the game directly from me because it's not gonna always be that way. So, if you guys want me to keep doing this and you wanted to keep going, I need to see you guys active in the group with each other because this is the foundation that's going to be able to build the community up and help other people. So, we're going to check out for the night, man. I just want to salute everybody for, again, taking the time out to, invest into yourself, into your education, man. Your family going to appreciate you in the future, as I know mines do now, and they will too. So, outside of that, man, salute y'all, man. I'll see y'all next week, and I'll see y'all.
Yeah. Definitely,
appreciate you,
definitely,
bro.
Appreciate it.
definitely appreciate you, bro.
Thank y'all, man.